At this time, we'll invite Caleb Schaefer up to provide updates for EPA.
First meeting is for questions.
Okay, great. Good evening, everyone. So nice to see everyone here. A lot of familiar faces, and it's really cool to be in this space. The June Key Delta Center. A couple decades ago, this was just a defunct gas station and had been sitting here for 13 years, abandoned. And it's really cool to see the space revitalized, reused. EPA was really excited to be part of that effort to provide some funding along with the city and the state. But this is such a great resource for the community. It's a great resource for us. And it's so great to see everyone here tonight in this valuable space. So EPA has 3 updates we'd like to provide. The first one is on staffing. And folks may know some of this, but Eva De Maria, who was an RPM for EPA, and she was based in Seattle, has left the agency. Eva worked on Willamette Cove, among other things, but the one project area she had was Willamette Cove. And that has since transitioned to me. So when you see the updated fact sheet, you will see my name listed as the point of contact for Willamette Cove. We're sad to see Eva go. She was great, and certainly wish her the best. The other staffing change we have for EPA is that we used to have Kristen Chang, our second community involvement coordinator that worked closely with Laura Newton on the site. And due to just, departures and needing to cover things, she's still with EPA in Seattle, but she is just focusing her attention on other sites, other projects. Upper Columbia River is a big one that she's working on. So we are sad to see her go, but also hope to see Laura more. I know Laura is also spread very thin, but very happy to have Laura continue working on the project. So those were the 2 staffing updates we have. The second update is we wanted to provide a quick update on the SKIO Phase 2 reuse assessment. So if folks remember, SKIO is EPA's contractor, and we had been working with them initially to identify good areas for habitat within the site. And we quickly realized that there was another effort underway that Willamette River Keepers was performing via a grant from the city of Portland to actually go out in the river, look at sites and develop their own map and involve some kind of citizen science along with that. They are much better positioned and connected to do that. And so we recognize that that's a great role for them. And we have since worked with them to support them. And we are going to pivot a little bit with this Phase 2 and also kind of take what they're doing and kind of hone in and focus on opportunities and try to develop those opportunities. And so one of those potential opportunities, the folks may have heard of the Stan Herman site. That's one site that we're kind of focusing on initially, but we hope to focus on others as we continue to work with Willamette River Keepers and potential habitat opportunities along the site. So more to come on that, but that's the update for that effort. And then the third update that EPA has is we also just wanted to give a very quick update on our CIMP, our Community Impacts Mitigation Plan. And just a quick update on that is we know folks are expecting to see a new version of that, and we do continue to work on that. It'll probably be later this year, but it does continue to be a priority. And it is on our radar, and we're working to get another version of that out soon so folks can see that and how it's developed. Those are the main updates. I think we have are we going to pull up the fact sheet?
The fact sheet is available in the
okay, great. So the fact sheet is part of the info packet. And you'll see updates there just in terms of progression of remedial designs. We continue to make active progress. It's really the working season for us right now. So a lot of work in the river, a lot of continuation of developing these blueprints for remedial action, and that work is progressing really nicely. So I'll pause there and see if there are questions. I see Sarah, you have a question.
Okay, thank you, board, for the food, but I have a board question, which is, I saw that the port won a big award. For, I don't remember whether the word is clean ports, healthy ports. You know, that award, that was a grant program,
Through EPA,
EPA.
okay.
And I just wondered if you knew anything about that award, how, what they might use that for, how it might impact all things river, all things super fun. Do you know anything, or Laura, about that grant? I think it's quite a big grant. Millions of dollars.
Yeah, well, do you know the exact grant?
Yeah, I just Googled it, so I can.
Oh, okay.
So it's $2.7 million. EPA's Clean Port Program that funds zero emission port equipment, infrastructure, and planning projects to tackle climate change, reduce air pollution, and advance environmental justice. Yeah,
Yeah, we have a big diesel emission program with our ports, and so all the major ports along the west coast, we actually work with closely and have a separate program housed within our air division that work with ports on air emissions and reducing those. Yeah, Laura.
But yeah, you don't know what they're using it for?
No, but it'd be easy. We could probably find out. Yeah, I mean, it's probably in the announcement. We'll share
Mary
it.
knows.
So actually, I have been talking with the board because it's diesel and Mary Picatow Neighbors for Clean Air, they do a lot of diesel emission reduction work. So what I mostly understand also is it's got a lot of components of studying and better understanding the marine emissions and opportunities for decarbonization. I mean, I say that as a person who would prefer it not to go so much towards study and analysis, but I think that will be helpful. And then there will be some money put out to do some community like scoping and understanding, but they are currently working on rolling that out. The last meeting we had was in June, I think.
Thanks, Mary.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with CO. Is that CO Oregon?
SKIO is the name of the company that is a contractor to EPA, SKE.
Okay, and they're working where?
So-
They're working in the Portland Harbor Superfund site designation.
They are working with us. They received money via contract and supporting us. They aren't located, but they are working on the site, yes.
And they identify good habitat.
That's the goal of,
And Amal Foster Alangi, they're a contractor too. They're on the cleanup end of it.
and MFA support some of the performing parties. They are not supporting EPA at the Superfund site.
Okay, and so skill is finding good habitat for,
So part of the cleanup will potentially require compensatory mitigation.
yes.
Actually, the next topic, we'll talk a little bit about that. So we'll get into that, but
I just hadn't heard of them before. I don't remember hearing of them, so
Yeah.
it kind of confused me.
okay,
Thank you.
yeah, absolutely. Any other questions? Okay, I think that's a good segue to turn it over to update on the biological opinion.